Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. So today we are going to have a seminar on Chat GPT in academia. We are going to discuss different challenges and opportunities. So this seminar is based on basic concepts of artificial intelligence and Chat GPT tools. So we will also discuss how these tools they are going to impact the future of our research and technology. So my name is Muhammad Imtiaz Shafiq. I am currently working as Director, Center for Bioinformatics and Drug Design in University of the Punjab, Lahore. So let's start with the basic definition of intelligence, artificial intelligence, and then we will look at the modern technologies and other tools which are currently being used with the help of artificial intelligence. Let's define what is intelligence. So according to the Oxford Dictionary, intelligence can be defined as ability to learn, understand, and think. And we can actually define it in other words as intelligence is the ability to learn about, to learn from, to understand about, and interact with one's environment. Intelligence is the faculty of understanding. So one can say that intelligence is not to make no mistake, but quickly to understand how to make them good. So it doesn't mean that if you are intelligent, you will not make mistakes. So mistakes are part of the learning. So with intelligence, we learn from our mistakes and then in future we correct those mistakes. So what is involved in the intelligence? Ability to interact with the world with the help of speech, vision, motion, manipulation, to perceive, understand, and act, like speech recognition and understanding and the senses of that speech. So right now we are communicating with each other in English. It means everyone who is listening this seminar is able to recognize my speech, able to understand, able to make some senses in their mind. And then intelligence also involved the understanding of images, ability to take action and have an effect. We can also say intelligence is ability to model the world and to reason about it. And yes, of course, intelligence is ability to learn and adapt. With the help of intelligence, we can use we can enhance our learning with the help of certain analysis. So what is artificial intelligence? So artificial intelligence is a multidisciplinary field in which we use neural networks, plannings, robotics, machine learning, natural language processing, perception, knowledge, cognitive system. So we can define artificial intelligence is usually a science of making computers to do things that required intelligence when done by human. So we can define artificial intelligence as the science of making computers. So it means we are making our computers capable of thinking, capable of doing some actions, capable of reacting, capable of learning from their experience. So artificial intelligence is the study of ideas that enable computers to be intelligent. So how does this artificial intelligence work? Artificial intelligence work with the help of artificial neurons. So these neurons, they mimic the biological neurons. But of course, they are not made up of cells. They are made up of certain algorithms and scientific theorems which are based on if and else statements. So all those who are having a background of computer science, they understand what are the if else statements. So with the if else statements, we develop our logic in programming. So what is neural networking? Artificial neuron networks are composed of interconnecting artificial neurons programming constructs that mimic the properties of biological neurons. So, what are our goals in artificial intelligence? Our goals in artificial intelligence are to build systems that exhibit the intelligent behavior, to understand intelligence in order to model it. And for this purpose, we are using machine learning, neural networks, robotics, expert system, fuzzy logics, and natural language processing. So the topic which we are going to discuss today is based on Chat GPT, which is actually a model based on this natural language processing. Can we model human being? Yes, sometime. But what are our goals and objectives in artificial intelligence? We actually want to make artificial intelligence to be better and smarter than what we are. So here is a brief history of artificial intelligence. So I will not take much time discussing this history. I'll just briefly have a look at the history of the artificial intelligence. So it started in 1943, and then in 1956, Minsky and Edmonds built the first neural network computer. Then in 1956, there was an agreement to adopt a new name for this field of study, and the name artificial intelligence was coined for the very first time in 1956. And then we have certain eras starting from 1952 to 1969, which is named as the era of enthusiasm. And then we have the era of reality. And similarly, we have an era of the knowledge-based system, which was the birth of expert system. So these expert systems were built with the idea to give artificial intelligence systems a lot of information to start with. So in 1980s to 1981, artificial intelligence started its use in industry. At that time, there was the first successful expert system was in the market with the name R1, which was used by some phone company for diagnosing the failures of telephone service. So right now we are seeing a huge development in the field of science, in the field of computer science, in the field of information technology, which is giving a huge impact on the development of the artificial intelligence based systems. So initially we were having certain issues with the computer power, but now computers are cheaper, faster, and have a tons more memory that they can use to. So this has helped us a massive growth in the field of artificial intelligence. So in the history of artificial intelligence, we have seen some developments in the robotics. Like here, I have the examples of Mars rover, humanoid robots, and then of course, it is worth to discuss about the computer chess program. So it was interesting that the computer was having an intelligence chess, and then we have seen a competition between human and the computer chess as well. Not only in gaming, but in certain other fields, the artificial intelligence was used. Like here is example of the PUF medical system for diagnosis of respiratory conditions. Prospector, which was used by geologists to identify sites for drilling or mining. Similarly, for all those who are having a chemistry background, they might have understanding of the system Dendrol, which is used to identify the structural of chemical compounds. It was first used in 1965. So let's define a term machine learning. Machine learning is a scientific discipline concerned with the design and development of algorithms that allow machines to mimic human intelligence. Now we have a question: how the artificial intelligence learn? Artificial intelligence can learn from three ways. One is failure driven learning. So just like human being, artificial intelligence system make mistakes and then they learn from their own mistakes. And then learning by being told. This is also called as supervised learning, in which the scientists who are working with the artificial intelligence expert system, they keep on feeding the artificial intelligence system, they keep on telling the artificial intelligence system for further improvement. And then of course learning by exploration. This is very interesting, like we give a lot of data, many books, databases to the artificial intelligence expert system, and then that system learn from that data by exploration. So what are the pros and cons of the human intelligence versus artificial intelligence? So we can see the humans have the common sense, judgment, creativity, beliefs, intuition. Humans have the ability to demonstrate their intelligence by communicating effectively, and there are certain plausible reasoning and critical thinking. But yes, we human have certain limitation of our intelligence as well. Like humans are fallible, they have limited knowledge bases, information processing of serial nature processed very slowly because human brains cannot run in parallel. While in computer we have the parallel computing as well. So in the brain we have we are unable to retain large amount of data in the memory, so we have certain biological limits like how much storage capacity we have in our human brain. So in contrast to human, if we look at the artificial intelligence system, in artificial intelligence system we have the ability to simulate human behavior and cognitive process. We can capture and preserve the human expertise, fast response, the ability to comprehend large amount of data very quickly. So it depends on the speed of the computer. Yes, artificial intelligence also have certain limitations. Like the one interesting one is the artificial intelligence system does not have the common sense. It cannot deal with the mixed knowledge, and yes, it could be potentially very expensive. And there are certain legal and ethical concerns as well. So today we are also going to discuss the legal and ethical concerns related to the use of Chat GPT in our universities, in our academia, the use of Chat GPT by our students. So this is an interesting that the artificial intelligence is no match for natural stupidity. We achieve more than we know. We know more than we understand. We understand more than we can explain. So by no way the artificial intelligence can compete human being with context to the natural stupidity that we human being have. So ChatGPT is not a sudden or some unexpected thing. So there is a history of chatbot. Here we can see on this slide, it started from 1950s, and then there was a lot of different chatbots in the market. So on November 30th, 2022, we have now seen a new chatbot in the name of ChatGPT with a lot of different capabilities of doing marvelous things. So what is this ChatGPT? ChatGPT is optimizing language models for dialogue. The dialogue format make it possible for ChatGPT to answer follow-up questions, admit its mistakes, challenge incorrect premises, and reject inappropriate requests. ChatGPT is state-of-the-art language model developed by OpenAI, designed to generate human-like text response in a conversational manner. It is trained on a diverse range of internet texts, allowing it to respond to a wide range of topics and questions. ChatGPT is trained to act as a sentient system. It means it have the feelings, emotions. It can try to mimic like a human being. So who made ChatGPT? ChatGPT is created by OpenAI. This company launched ChatGPT on November 30, 2022. OpenAI has also launched another application, DALL-E 2, OpenAI AI-based art generator. Microsoft has an interest in OpenAI, and that's why they have invested about 10 billions in ChatGPT. There are news like the Microsoft may be using this ChatGPT technology in their Bing search system. It is very interesting to know that the ChatGPT is fastest growing app in the world. It has attained 100 million users just in 2 months, with 30 million users per day in January. And if we compare it with the other media apps like TikTok, which took 2.5 years and 9 months respectively to cross the 100 million users. So, what opportunities we have in academia using ChatGPT? It can enhance our research, it can improve our education, it can automate our tasks. So AI models like ChatGPT can assist researchers by providing them with insights, recommendations, and even new ideas. It can be used in education to provide personalized learning experience and support student learning. It can automate tasks that are time consuming for academics, such as summarizing articles or generation of different reports. Similarly, we can have the personalized learning, we can have the natural language processing, we can improve education outcomes, and it can be used to provide better learning experience to the students as well. If we talk about the use of ChatGPT in universities, we do have to face certain challenges because ChatGPT have the lack of interpretability, which means ChatGPT generate text based on the patterns in the training data, but it can be difficult to understand why it made a particular response. So there could be bias in training data. If the training data contains bias, ChatGPT can perpetuate those biases in its response. So right now, the ChatGPT which we have, it is trained only till 2021 knowledge set. So if we ask something to ChatGPT beyond 2021, it find it difficult to answer. So limitation in context understanding, ChatGPT struggle with tasks that require a deep understanding of the context and common sense knowledge. As I discussed earlier, the ChatGPT or other artificial intelligence systems, they cannot compete with the human common sense and stupidity. Some other challenges include the technical limitations. Despite its ability to generate human-like text, ChatGPT still has limitations that may impact its performance in academic settings. Yes, of course, ethical and legal concerns. There are concerns around the ethics of using AI in academia, particularly when it comes to privacy, bias, and transparency. Limited understanding. Many academics may not be familiar with the artificial intelligence technology, leading to skepticism and mistrust of its capability. So therefore, it's very important that our faculty members who are currently teaching in different universities and our teachers, they should be familiar with the advent of the artificial intelligence, and they should start learning artificial intelligence. They should start learning how to use these artificial intelligence based systems in their classrooms, in their class preparation, in their lecture preparation, and how they can actually motivate their student to use this artificial intelligence system in a positive way. So now we have a question: can the artificial intelligence based writings be detected? The answer is yes. So we have a tool like Turnitin which can detect artificial intelligence assisted writing and artificial intelligence writing generated by tools such as Chat GPT. So here I'm giving you the YouTube link where you can see the video of the Turnitin expert who is explaining how it is possible for Turnitin to detect the AI writing. So here I'm sharing the screenshot of the blog post which is just posted on Friday, 13 January 2023. So now ChatGPT is all around. What are the applications of ChatGPT? We can use ChatGPT in customer services, information retrieval system, language translation, text completion, text summarization by developing certain chatbots, and in the creative writing. Yes, you are right, creative writing. We can ask ChatGPT to write poetry for us. We can ask ChatGPT to write small drama, to write some creative writing, some blog posting. We can make video description of our vlogs and many other things. So now how we can access the ChatGPT? ChatGPT can be accessed through an API key provided by the OpenAI. This API can be integrated into various applications such as chatbots, conversational interface, and more to provide human-like text generation capabilities. To access the API, you need to sign up for an API key on the OpenAI website and then follow the API documentation to integrate it into your application. How can you access the ChatGPT? So here on the screen you can see an URL by the OpenAI. Open this URL, sign up OpenAI account using your email. So if you already have a Gmail, you need not you can use the same Gmail account to sign in and log into your account. Start chatting with ChatGPT in the natural language. So you don't need to be a computer expert or programming expert to use this artificial intelligence system. So these days, ChatGPT is everywhere. You can see some clips of the different newspapers and research journals. So you can see a news, Microsoft exploring use of ChatGPT in Word, PowerPoint, and Outlook. Similarly, Microsoft will use OpenAI technology to write emails for busy people. And here is another one. The ChatGPT is about to dump more work on everyone. And a famous publishing house Nature, it has also published a comment on ChatGPT 5 priorities for research on 3rd February 2023. So right now ChatGPT is actually changing the world because it is providing a lot of possibilities. So here is an example. I've asked ChatGPT a question. Can ChatGPT be used as an author? So this reply is written by ChatGPT itself. Yes, ChatGPT can be used as an author in the sense that it can generate written text based on input. However, it is important to note that the text generated by ChatGPT is not original in traditional sense, as it is generated based on patterns and association learned from massive corpus of text data it was trained on. So You can see ChatGPT is selling, ChatGPT is telling its own limitation because ChatGPT is trained on certain data set. So the response every time we get from the ChatGPT is based on the limitation of that data set. So it might not be fully ideal response. So we still need our own expertise to understand the response generated by the ChatGPT. And yes, rather than totally relying on the ChatGPT, we can use it as an assistant. It can help to expedite our existing work. So yes, we can't totally replace human being with ChatGPT. ChatGPT and OpenAI will change some jobs in future, like some technology jobs where it is going to impact the coders, computer programmers, software engineers, data analysts. So they might seek help with the ChatGPT because ChatGPT have the capability to generate different programming codes within no time. Like we can ask ChatGPT to write a JavaScript for me for a particular program, it will do it immediately. I can ask ChatGPT to write a HTML code for a website, it will do it very easily. Some media jobs will also be having the impact, like people can use ChatGPT to write their advertisement page, content creation, technical writing, journalism, and yes, of course, having a huge knowledge base and training data set on the legal system, it can also work as a legal assistant. Teachers and researchers, they can seek help from the ChatGPT for their lecture preparation, and at the same time, teachers and researchers, they need to be vigilant what their students are doing. Are they doing copy paste from ChatGPT? Are they plagiarizing the ChatGPT? Or what is happening all around? ChatGPT and OpenAI, when combined, they can be used in another system, DAL-E2, to generate certain graphic arts just by typing the simple text. If we look at the ChatGPT, so we can say that the ChatGPT lessons are merely the recipes, but teacher is still the chef. So ChatGPT is not going to replace the role of a teacher. It can help the teacher. So I'm not having any fear of ChatGPT in the future. So our role will still be there. So we can use ChatGPT in a positive way. We can use it in our lecture preparation. We can use it for certain concept understanding, and we can also train our students how they can effectively and positively use for their learning. So I can conclude that ChatGPT is more hype than harm for academia, and it might even offer some help and create opportunities for academia by acting as a smart assistant. So stay tuned. In my next video, I'm going to show you some demonstration how we can actually use ChatGPT. So what are different capabilities of ChatGPTs, and similarly I'll show in my upcoming videos how we can actually integrate ChatGPT with Microsoft Excel, how we can integrate ChatGPT with PowerPoint, and how we can integrate ChatGPT with Microsoft Word. Uh, in order to get the notification of my upcoming videos on the ChatGPT and other modern technologies, please subscribe my channel. Thank you very much.